Hi, and welcome to this edition of Book Notes. Today I want to talk to you about an old friend, a book that we first published in 2001 by John Eldredge, a book called Wild at Heart. It's sold more than 3 million copies. It's had an impact on me that continues to this day, and it's had an impact on millions of men around the world. I've been to John's Wild at Heart boot camp twice. I took my son-in-laws to it, and then I went to his advanced boot camp. So there's something about this message that deeply resonates with men and with me in particular. And so I want to commend it to you. You know, if you ask little boys what it is they want to be when they grow up, they usually tell you they want to be a hero. You know, they want to fight in a battle. They want to live an adventure. They might not tell you when they're little boys, but later on, it's about rescuing a beauty. And John talks about how that is how God's made men. And yet, if you walk into the typical church today and you look around at the men, they look bored. And the most that we can offer men so often is to be nice. And if they really do a good job at living their spiritual life, they'll be even nicer. But this is hardly what God had planned. And John talks about in the book this whole idea of we were made to fight battles. We were made to live adventures. We were made to rescue beauties. This is just how God wired men up. And for the first time when I read the book, when I attended the boot camp, I felt permission to live the way that God made me. Not to try to suppress it, not to try to rechannel it, but to be all that God intended me to be. This book is one that's, as I said, has been out for a while. You may have heard about it, but maybe you haven't read it yet. And I would say particularly to women, this is a book that will help you understand the men in your life much better. I don't care if it's your husband or if it's your brother or a son. You need to understand what John has to say to men and about men. So if you haven't read Wild at Heart, pick it up. You won't be disappointed. It's one of the best books we've ever published at Thomas Nelson, and I'm just happy to recommend it to you.